In this Kitchen Nightmares episode, Gordon Ramsay visits Zayna Flaming Grill in Redondo Beach, California. Zayna Flaming Grill is owned by Faye and her niece Brenda. They opened it in 2009 with a common dream to own a business. Faye had over 15 years' experience in running a successful food truck. She always wanted to own her own restaurant. They bicker and quarrel a lot, so the staff and customers are affected by it. Faye is controlling and scares her staff, often wearing down Brenda, who has almost given up. Brenda has put $60,000 that she borrowed from her parents into the business. The duo meets with Gordon separately before going to the restaurant. Brenda says they are 50-50 as partners and she works as a server. She also helps Faye on the line, but she is not allowed to do much by herself. Brenda doesn't feel like she is being treated as an equal partner. She says when Faye is away the restaurant runs smoothly without chaos. Faye says she has to do everything as Brenda doesn't pull her weight. Brenda thinks that Faye won't give up control. She says Brenda is too focused on being young to have time to work properly. They both say they would fire each other if they were not family. They both feel that the other should no longer be a part of the restaurant. Family members Mark, Amel, and Vanessa also work in the restaurant. The family constantly argues, driving away the customers. Gordon visits the restaurant and meets Faye's son Mark, who works there but focuses more on looking around. Gordon notices the chairs are way too soft and high-backed for a restaurant. It feels like being in a grandma's house. Server Amel lets him know that Faye is in the restaurant more than Brenda. Brenda is more interested in interacting with the customers than helping. Faye is the scary boss who controls the staff while her son is lazy at work. Gordon notices some typos on the menu before ordering. Gordon orders a mezzi sampler, fava beans, kibbeh rolls, and a Zayna combo plate. The mezzi sampler has oily dips. The server says that all their appetizers are drizzled with olive oil. As Gordon is eating his food, Mark is staring at him. He has to ask a server to tell him to stop. Gordon has an extra dish to scoop the oil out. The hummus is too thin and inconsistent and he sends it back. Gordon notices dirty plates are kept under a table of utensils in the middle of the restaurant. The fava beans come with a huge Z on the top in cream, like someone has puked on his plate. Brenda and Faye say food is never returned. The kibbeh rolls taste frozen and the Zayna combo platter looks the worst. It is dry with no flavor. Gordon has him read the sign outside. It says fresh food every day to point out they are doing the opposite. He gives them feedback that the atmosphere is flat. The decor is drab and he points out the dirty plates in the front. Faye says that this is the first time that it has happened. Amel disagrees with this and says that it is done every day and buckets are put there. Brenda and Faye are defensive on the issue. Mark laughs about a comment Gordon makes on the olive oil. Faye says they buy the meat fresh, marinate, freeze and then cook. She cries saying she needs help, not being able to do it all herself. She still thinks that her food is just fine. They bicker about Brenda not being taught things but Faye says she does not ask. It is revealed Brenda has never been trained on the recipes. The staff say they offer to help but Faye does not accept their help. Faye has excuses for everything, blaming her staff instead for the issues. Mark is brought up as being lazy and Brenda is accused of not being at work enough. Mark walks out and the bickering continues. Gordon decides to leave to get ready for the dinner service. Mark comes back in but Amel leaves. All three family members bicker about Amel. They say Faye does not compliment her as she works really hard. Gordon returns in the evening for a dinner service. The customers seem excited to try the food. The hummus is a safe choice for most of the customers. Sadly, the runny hummus disappoints the customers and are sent back to the kitchen. Gordon takes drastic measures and goes to a grocery store and buys hummus. He serves the hummus to customers and they love it. Customers give feedback that the store-bought hummus is much better. When a customer doesn't like a dry chicken dish, she is questioned by Faye. She is asked why she doesn't like it as she refuses to believe there is a problem. Brenda talks to customers about feedback and she is dismissive of their comments. Gordon listens to the aunt and niece bicker. Amel tries to tell Faye that the beef isn't properly cooked, but she refuses to listen. Faye complains the food is how it has always been and it is how it should be. Gordon has heard enough and decides it is time to check out the freezer. He immediately sees lots of containers with around a month of prepared frozen food. There are leftovers, nothing has dates, and there is freezer-burned food. There are meats stewing in their blood and generally lots of frozen food. Gordon brings Faye from the open kitchen to the back area to show her the food defrosting incorrectly. Gordon shows her the store-bought hummus, which even she admits tastes better. He tells her all she does is wrong and the problems are all inside her space. She tells him of her pain running the place and she tearfully says she is done. Zayna Flaming Grill, Part 2. Gordon returns the next day. Faye still claims she has to do everything as no one will help her. Faye continues telling of her pain and says that she is burnt out. She says that she loves what she does and wants it to work. He tells her she needs to change her attitude. Gordon leaves to talk with Brenda about the problems of the restaurant. She is defensive about the food and he admits what he did with the hummus. Brenda says she still wants to stay in the business. Brenda and Faye hug and reconcile that night. The next day, a staff meeting is called. Gordon confronts them with what he found in the freezer. All the fresh ingredients are in front and the older ones are at the back. Faye still believes she is the only person doing all the work. She feels Brenda is the one who has given up over her son. Amel speaks up, but Faye says she is too fragile and complains a lot. She says she trusts her but does not trust her, which confuses everyone. Faye also says that Brenda complains a lot. Brenda and Amel both say it has only happened a few times and it is taken out of context. Faye says that the staff, including Brenda, do not want to be at work. It becomes apparent to Gordon Faye controls her staff so much that she stresses them before her day off. There is another argument and Amel gets so frustrated she curses and Faye is having none of it. Gordon says that the restaurant will be opening for lunch and Faye is going to go home for the day. Brenda and Mark will work in the kitchen. Amel and Victoria are the front of house and Gordon will give Faye feedback afterwards. The staff are excited, especially Amel and Brenda. Gordon reveals to Faye that she will be watching from a surveillance van. She thinks it is going to be a disaster. Before lunch begins, Mark struggles to work the rice cooker and has to ask Amel and Vanessa. Customers come in and orders start going through to the kitchen. Things start well with Brenda and Mark communicating. A shawarma is served to a customer but it is too oily. Faye called it as she sees it and the customers complain and send it back. The pressure in the kitchen is mounting with orders piling up. Mark and Amel start getting argumentative. The customers can hear the bickering as Mark is dismissive towards Amel. Brenda tries to broker peace between the two and brings the argument to an end. Food goes out on time and Gordon points out that despite a few hiccups it went well. He also praises Brenda's leadership skills. Faye is brought back in and it is revealed that she was watching. She tells Brenda she was amazing during the lunch service and that she is proud of all the staff. Gordon says they passed the test and showed Faye they can do their jobs without her. Faye has changed her mind about this and wants them to work towards working as a team. Gordon's next task is to cook a fresh meal in the kitchen. They show how unfamiliar they are with fresh fish. They are happy learning the new recipes and love the taste of the new dishes. Gordon goes into town and discovers that no one has heard of the restaurant. In fact, 3 out of 4 people he speaks to have never heard of it. Gordon has organized a prime advertising spot for them at the popular Redondo Beach Pier. They will meet customers and market the restaurant. All the staff head out in matching t-shirts and they take a grill onto the pier. They talk to potential customers and give samples of the grilled food away. They love the samples and some promise to stop by. Gordon's team take 24 hours to give the restaurant a facelift. The staff are gathered with blindfolds. The new looks is revealed with a fun beachy atmosphere. There are bright whites and pops of color with the logo graffitied on a wall. The booths have been removed, making space for 12 more seats. They also have new dinnerware and pewter chairs. They all love the changes with Faye so happy that she hugs Gordon. Gordon introduces the new menu with a number of new and updated dishes. The staff taste the dishes and love all of the new food. They quickly set up and relaunch for the dinner service, and they are fully booked. On relaunch night, the orders come in and Brenda and Faye are working together. As the orders pile up, Faye becomes overwhelmed and stops communicating. The customers are loving the new food, but they soon have longer wait times for food. Faye is silently manning the grill and doing things her way, which is disrupting the flow of service. Brenda has to cover for her and encourages her to being more vocal. They soon work through the orders, sending out good food to the customers on time. The night ends very well, despite a few hiccups. The customers have many compliments for the food and not a single dish was sent back. Gordon commends Brenda for stepping up when she needed to. What happened next at Zayna Flaming Grill? After Gordon's visit, Faye went back to her old ways and was controlling and overbearing. Unable to deal with the behavior, Vanessa and Amel left the restaurant. Brenda was still asserting some level of leadership in the restaurant. Yelp reviews were mostly very positive. Negative reviews seemed to complain of poor service or the occasional bad menu item. TripAdvisor reviews are mostly good after Gordon left. It appears that many locals were frequenting the restaurant. Zayna Flaming Grill closed in 2023. They were said to be looking for a new location but never reopened. After the show, Zayna Flaming Grill was bought by Ray Eunice. He took over the restaurant as of September 2015. Reviews were mostly excellent since he has owned the restaurant. They had added a catering service. Zayna Flaming Grill was aired on May 2, 2014 and the episode was filmed in August 2013.